I'm going to bring you all the news here on this quick live stream. My wife and I are on our way to a nice little dinner, and of course this news breaks at the most inopportune time. But I'm going to take this moment to let you know that all of this information is available already at OnThePen.com. You can check out the blog article. This is huge. So in a critical development, a federal judge has granted the FDA's request. This was a request that was filed today, basically to voluntarily remand and stay in the ongoing legal case challenging the agency's decision to remove Tirzepatide from the drug shortage list. This decision, and this is the big takeaway, this decision temporarily halts litigation and provides a path for the FDA to reconsider its ruling on the status of Tirzepatide, which has a major impact on compounding pharmacies and telehealth providers. So what does this judge's decision mean? Well, the judge's ruling allows the FDA to reevaluate their decision to remove Tirzepatide from the shortage list, and it's significant because compounding pharmacies have been relying on the drug shortage status to legally compound Tirzepatide without facing regulatory enforcement by the FDA. The plaintiffs, the OFA, who challenged the FDA's decision, argued that the agency removed Tirzepatide from the shortage list without following the proper procedures, including public notice and comment as required under the APA. Now, basically, as a part of this ruling that was granted by the judge, this is huge news. As part of this ruling, the FDA has agreed to hold off on enforcement actions related to the compounding of Tirzepatide during that remand period. And so basically the FDA is going to go back over the course of the next few days. They're going to issue a report on November 21st as to whether or not they're going to stand by their decision to remove Tirzepatide from the shortage list. So what this ultimately will do is it will allow compound pharmacies to continue compounding Tirzepatide as long as they follow the FDA regulations in order to do so, and they'll be able to continue that without retaliation, right, until this report is released, at which point the FDA will decide, yes, we're going to keep it in shortage, or no, or yes, we're going to put it back on the shortage list, or no, it's indeed commercially available. So this is huge news, because ultimately what this does is it allows compound Tirzepatide to live to see another basically month before the clock would start ticking again. And so compound Tirzepatide lives to see another day based upon the stay that was granted in this case. Now, Lee fits in. If you've followed Lee, he's been a guest on the Pen several times, and he is an absolute genius when it comes to this stuff. He's been all over this for me today so that we could bring you this news as it happened. Everything is available for you to go read at OnThePen.com. The breaking news here is that compound Tirzepatide basically lives to see another day because of a order by the federal judge. And we talked about this earlier on the channel today. This federal judge seemed to be very friendly to cases that were brought in front of him regarding the price of medication. So it seemed like this was a very favorable venue for this case to be brought. And indeed, with the FDA's response, the FDA seemed like they didn't want this legal battle, so they're just going to go back and reevaluate the shortage, whether it's indeed happening. It's never been more important to #report the shortage. So you need to make sure that you report the shortage. If that's something that you're dealing with, you can do that at the Roe website. You can do it at the FDA website. However you report the shortage, just make sure that you report it. So we will stay on top of this as things continue to develop, and I'm sure they will. But for the meantime, it looks like, based upon Lee's assertion of what was released in the PACER document, that the FDA has basically, I don't want to say capitulated, but they've basically said, we're going to reevaluate this, and while we reevaluate it, we are not going to enforce anything against people who choose to safely compound Tirzepatide. So that's the news. Check out the article for the full description in the link below. I'm going to go enjoy a night with my wife, but I wanted to bring you this news right away and let you all know, because this is absolutely a big sigh of relief for many, many people who have relied on compound Tirzepatide. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe. Do all the things. Check out the website, and make sure you sign up for email alerts while you're there.